You know her from everything. She chucks slushies, sings Christmas carols, grills game show contestant. Jane Lynch brings her signature smart style and my favorite part, silliness, to every role she takes. She's got over 500 credits, which is just an obscene amount. But she is best known as Sue Sylvester on Glee and Saz Pataki on one of my favorite shows, Only Murders in the Building. Right now, Jane is hosting Celebrity Weakest Link, which airs Mondays at 9 on Fox. There we go. The plug is out. And I am
Yes.
not going to waste any more time. Hi, Jane.
It's so good to see you.
So good to see you. So I'm just going to jump right in.
Let's do it.
I have to know about Celebrity Weakest Link and that you have always had an obsession with game shows. Is it true you used to skip school and pretend to be sick to watch Password?
Yep. Password. Oh my God. And that was in black and white too. I know you're not old enough to remember this, but your mother was on it too. Alan Ludden. It was in black and white, and it was she was married to Betty White. It was a terrific game show. And then I loved the stuff in the 70s, like the Baffles and the Hollywood Squares and oh my God, what's the one with Gene Rayburn? My favorite, with Brett Summers and Charles Nelson
Oh,
Riley and Richard Dawson. Why can't I think of what it is?
neither can. It's the best.
Someone will tell. Yeah, it's the best.
Not to tell the truth.
No,
Is that it? No,
no, it wasn't to tell the truth. People are screaming at their computers right now, going, "It's match
game." Thank you, voice of
It's
God.
Match game. So that kind of vibe is the vibe that I loved for when I did Hollywood Game Night, and now we have it with Celebrity Weakest Link, because we're nothing against the regular folk of America, but we're all of our episodes this season are all theme show celebrities. So we have roast comics, and boy did they pay great homage to your mom. And of course Kathy Griffin is there. Every other word is Joan Rivers. And we have 6 degrees of Jane, so it's like my celebrity friends. And we had TV moms, we had the Housewives. Oh, Melissa,
and they get competitive.
Knife in back. And they all ganged up in the first round. Oh, I don't want to give it too much away, but I'm going to do it. Kate Gosselin,
Yes.
Kate Plettisate, she was the only one that wasn't a housewife. They got rid of her so fast, and it was so cruel, and it was so, because she didn't play badly. Everybody voted her off, and she was not happy.
Oh,
and everybody, and no one said sorry, not even that much. They just kind of stared at her.
that is so housewife.
Bye.
Oh my God, do you watch any of those shows?
No.
Oh, she says, I do. I watch Below Deck.
Oh, I know about Below Deck. Yeah.
Yes, that is my personal favorite. But
Yeah.
you get those housewives all in a room together, it's frightening.
Yeah.
It's frightening. Have you watched Traitors?
No, what is that?
Oh, that's the one with Alan Cumming. Oh, it's fantastic.
Oh, no, I haven't. No.
But
I know
again,
what that is.
you bring up the housewives. They always have a couple housewives on it.
Oh, okay.
And then sometimes we have housewife on housewife crime. Oh, it's excellent.
It's wonderful. No, they're not fooling around. They're serious as a heart attack.
Oh, yeah.
And they're entertaining, and they kind of know things. They're really good at plastic surgery questions, not so much about like opera. And although that's hard to say. They kind of have if I could speak generally about them, they kind of have this idea of themselves as being erudite, and not so much.
No, but they're very well versed on certain topics. They're very good on pop culture.
Yes, they did.
They're very good on medical procedures. They're very good on, fashion.
Fashion, of course, and money. We're talking about money for sure.
Yeah, I mean, they do have their
divorce law
and attorneys.
Attorneys.
Yeah, a lot. I appreciate
that. They know well what they need to know.
Oh, but isn't that how we all get through life?
I guess so.
I think part of being smart, I always say, is knowing what you're not good at.
I agree. Completely agree.
And then being able to hire the people that are good at that.
Yeah.
And then the final step, listen to them.
Yeah. And not go, I know. Absolutely.
I always say the most frightening person is the dumb person who thinks they're smart.
That's what they call Dunning-Kruger syndrome.
You're
too dumb. Yeah. You're too dumb to know that you're dumb.
Oh, I'm going to use that.
Yeah.
I'm going to
it's an actual mental ailment.
Oh, I love that. I wonder if I can use that to my advantage
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
with my husband. Sorry, I got this syndrome. Um,
Yeah.
so you tend to like the more um deductive game shows, rather than just the random guess. I
Oh,
mean,
yeah.
I'm sure you would love a chance at the Plinko board. Who wouldn't?
Yeah, who wouldn't? Yeah, I like trivia. I'm a big trivia buff. I don't know that I used to think that I'd be very good at Weakest Link. I don't know that I would. I have just kind of specialties. Like there are certain subjects that I know, and then there's other subjects like these questions come up in the show. I've never heard of some of these musical people. I've never heard of some of these historians. Well, actually, I do know history, but yeah, I don't. And some of the pop culture stuff of the kids today, which I'm just not paying much attention to.
I remember we'd be on the red carpet. My mom would be like, "Who is this person?" And I would roll my eyes and be like, "It's so and so." And now I feel like my mother.
You become your mother. Yeah,
Yeah, where you
yeah,
like literally, you're like, "Who?
yeah,
Oh, they have 20 million followers." I'm like, I still don't know who they are.
yeah, yeah.
And it's just it's very sad for me personally. I mean,
Yeah,
there's great
we
things.
know what we need to know,
Exact.
and you don't need to know about a TikTok star. I was heard of someone who's all she does is like try on wigs or something, and she has 7 million followers.
Okay, so why couldn't I have figured that out? Like I
I know.
always say about my ancestors, while you were digging for potatoes in Russia, you couldn't have come up with Velcro. I
Right.
mean, that is
Yeah.
just,
Yeah.
shameful.
Yeah.
So,
Velcro. Yeah, that's a great one. That was a
but
good
because
one
you
to
know how
come on.
it was discovered, it was birds
Mhm.
on
Oh,
socks.
oh, is that right? Very smart.
What?
Very smart.
While they were digging through frozen Russian ground, they could not have thought of this. Why am I
Yeah.
not on my yacht?
I think it's the starvation thing that plays with your brain.
Oh, starvation,
No
marvation,
starvation,
whatever.
marvation,
So you're a
whatever.
little
Right.
so you're a little hungry. So, what season is this for Celebrity Weakest Link?
This is season could be 5. I think it's 5. So the first 4 were civilians, and this is the first time we've done Celebrity Weakest Link, and we're on Fox. We used to be on NBC.
Yes. Yes,
We
you've
we
had
yeah,
a
we thought we were dead. We didn't get picked up, and we went on with our lives, and then Fox came in, and you have never seen more grateful people than our team and our crew and everything when we showed up and did this show for Fox, and it's been great.
Do you feel like you learn things and then do you retain them?
Oh, that's the thing, Melissa. I don't retain shit. I love learning. That's what I do all day. I listen. My YouTube algorithm is taking me through philosophy and UFOs. I love that stuff. Near death experience, some sciency stuff. But for the life of me, if you were to ask me a direct question about a podcast that I listened to 20 minutes ago, I wouldn't be able to tell you what it was about. So sad.
You realize though that you've become even more fantastic at parties because somewhere it's all
Yeah, a little bit could
stored.
come out, and I was at an Uber driver. I was talking to him about the vaccine, and I was going back and forth about what's the latest and blah blah blah. And he said, "Are you a scientist? How do you know all of this?" I said, "I'm an actor. I've
No, I
played
just
scientists."
I just play one on TV.
Hmm.
Did you watch the original one 25 years ago? Because it was a huge breakthrough hit
The
when it
weakest
came.
link.
Yeah,
Yeah,
when
oh
it
yeah,
came from the UK.
yeah. Serious, serious woman, that Anne Robinson. But she
Yes.
she meant it. I hope I have a little twinkle in my eye.
Mhm.
She meant it. She was so dismissive. It's like a severe British school marm, and everybody was scared to death of her. I loved watching that show for that reason. I mean, people were really afraid of her.
But I heard she was actually a really nice person
I've heard that too. You know who
behind the
she's with?
scenes.
Yeah,
Who?
behind the scene. You know who she's with? She's with the Queen Camilla Parker Bowles.
Yes.
Her
Yes.
husband, ex-husband, and Andrew Parker Bowles and Ann Robinson have been a couple for the longest time. Isn't that
Wow.
something?
That's an interesting line. So she's the
Yeah,
stepmother. Oh, that's very interesting. God,
yeah.
I thought my mom was cool just knowing them. Wow. Okay,
Did she know them? Did she know
oh,
Charles and Camilla?
my mother was at their wedding.
Oh, you're kidding. Oh, wow. 2005.
She was one of like 4 Americans there,
Oh, is that right? Oh,
and
that's great.
she completely humiliated herself in front of the queen.
What did she do?
Okay, so it was very loose, there was no receiving line, it was
Right.
really close friends and family.
Mm-hmm.
They're all up at wherever the hell they were, and everyone's mingling, and people are making toasts, and the queen gets up and makes a toast, and this one gets up and makes a toast, and my mother gets a tap on the shoulder, and, they say, "Her Majesty would like to meet you." And my mother gets very tongue-tied and had very big social anxiety, and she's like,
Yeah.
"Ugh." Yet she didn't have it with Charles and Camilla because they were friends.
Right,
So
right.
she
Of
goes
course.
over and they introduce her, Her Majesty, Joan Rivers, and all she said, "Oh, you're a good friend of my son's." And now they all have great humor, right?
Yeah, right.
Here's what my mom utters. "I like your pin."
Not even brooch, but
No.
I like your pin.
Yes, that's all she could get out.
I think that's pretty great. I'm sure
Yeah.
I heard that Queen Elizabeth was great with people and understood what happens to a normal human being in the presence of, the Queen of England.
She's like, she pretty much blacked out after that. She doesn't
Didn't
remember.
happen. That didn't happen. Did
No,
this
just like
happen? It happened.
literally, "Nice to meet you. I like your
I
pin."
like your pin. Yeah. Yeah. That's
Just out of her
funny.
mind. So one of the things you already brought up, there is the trend of these celebrity versions of game shows where they have these reunions, and you did do
Yes,
the Glee reunion.
we
It
did.
had to be a little bittersweet. The
Well, you mean because of all the death?
Yeah, I was gonna say because of all the loss, but sure, because of all the everyone who's dead.
Yeah, well, it happened in 2013 and 2015. Well, I forget when we lost Naya, maybe 4 or 5 years ago. And time passes.
Mhm.
So yeah, there wasn't, and everybody's still very close. Like everybody
Right.
you saw out there, they all hang out.
So it was not like, "Oh my goodness, this is the first time we're all seeing
We're
each other."
seeing each other since all this horribleness happened. No,
Yeah, because sometimes,
yeah,
like, I get together with, like, my old college friends, and you're still like, "God, one person's missing." But again, we're
yeah,
not together all the time.
right. And you feel that for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah.
And we're always, like, making toast to the person. I'm like, "God, there's so many of us gone. Suddenly I'm doing shots and making toast. I'm hammered." Um,
For all the
it's
dead people.
for all the dead
Yeah,
people.
right. Everybody's dropping like flies.
Okay. If there was one game show from history, like, I would,
Mhm.
like, would have loved to have been on, like, Let's Make a Deal. Just because I wanna
Would you?
pick Well, just because I wanna be
Yeah.
able to say the door or the box.
Mhm. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that
What
doesn't turn me on. That
No,
that
but
no,
which one would you have wanted to be on?
I like a match game or do you remember Baffle?
I don't
Eh,
remember Baffle.
Baffle, I think Bert Convy was the host. They give you like 3 letters. And in fact, Baffle would be BFL, and you have to pick what it is. Like say it's I can't think of one thing. ATMBL. You have 4 letters and you have to figure out what it is. Automobile. And you have to do it in a certain amount of time. Guess what the real word is. It's very simple stuff. It's
Well,
not
it's
trivia at all. It's just kind of mind twisters.
sort of a version precursor to Wordle.
Oh no, well, yes. Yeah, it is kind of like Wordle. Oh, let me tell you something about Wordle. So Carol Burnett, who is the sharpest person I know, and not just in her 90s, the only person in her 90s that I know that is sharp. She is one of the sharpest people I know. She does Wordle every day. So I never do it, but I did
Mm-mm.
it the other day and I got it in one try. So I took a screenshot of it and I sent it to her. And she said, "Oh, well, good. Now that you're back, you haven't played in a long time. Join my Wordle thing." So she's doing. I haven't played once since, and she sends me every day. She sends me how quickly she gets it, and she always gets it in 1 or 2. But she's got about like a whole thread of people that communicate about their Wordle. They keep in
Isn't it
touch.
isn't it amazing, especially since COVID, how these games have taken on
Yeah.
this not even cult, but this group mentality of keeping people together?
Yeah, we find a way to stay together, we just do, and I think it's a great thing. I'm not consistent with my New York Times wordplay. How about you? Do you do it?
I don't do Wordle, but from the New
Yeah.
York Times, I do the weekly history placing
Oh, I don't even know of
quiz.
that.
It's a quiz where they give you one moment in history and then like like they keep adding and you have to figure out were they before or after.
It's once a week they do this?
Yes.
Oh, I want to do this. That
And
sounds fun.
it's really hard when you get to like the 7th one.
Yeah.
Because you're like, oh God, was this, and it'll be like 2 years apart.
Do you ever cheat in Google?
You can't, I mean, I haven't, but thank you for
Mhm.
putting that in my head. Um, I hadn't thought about it.
Yeah.
And
I
I
try
do,
not to cheat.
yeah. And I do solitaire every morning.
Oh, you
where you can,
do?
yes, on the thing, but on the phone, but it's bad for my OCD because you get a crown. Okay, so you get a crown with little jewels in it if you
Yeah.
do get it right on that day, and you just get a crown if you do it on the next day. And I become obsessed if I don't have every day at least filled in.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
not
I can
healthy.
understand that. No, it's not. It's not, especially to start your day that way.
Why
Feeling
start?
like you're a loser, you know?
Well, that's why I don't wear an Oura ring. I can't fail sleep. I can't start my day.
I'm
See,
giving you the finger.
I can't
I,
do it.
I sometimes I can't look because I'm a terrible sleeper and it's just making me feel like a loser, a sleeper loser.
By the
Yeah,
way,
same thing.
I'm a terrible sleeper and I did not need to get up every morning and feel like I already failed at something.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
And I like how they go, hey, your sleep wasn't as great as it's been before. In fact, you're kind of on a downward trend. Maybe spare some time for, to sit and meditate a little before you go to bed. They try to make you feel okay about it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's 100% because
Yeah.
I can't wake up starting with a fail.
Yeah, I hear you.
I need at least before my first cup of after my first cup of coffee. Then I'm willing to fail all day.
Yeah, right.
But
Yeah.
I don't
I
want to
need a
fail at
win
sleep.
in the first
Yeah,
thing in the morning. Yeah.
exactly. But I want to pivot back to you. Long before Glee, you were in some of my absolute favorite movies, starting with Christy Cummings, the poodle handler and secret love interest to Jennifer Coolidge in Best
Yeah.
in Show, which,
Yeah.
by the way, was one of my mother's favorite movies.
Really? Oh,
The Parker
that
Posey
makes me feel so good.
the Parker Posey scene in the pet store with the missing
Yeah.
Busy
Busy
toy
Bee? Yeah,
with
yeah.
the Busy Bee.
Where's Busy Bee? That's not
This
Busy
isn't
Bee.
Busy Bee. But you have been in a ton of the Christopher Guest movies, who
Yeah.
I think is brilliant.
Agreed.
Absolutely brilliant. How did you guys meet?
I was auditioning for commercials in 1999. And I auditioned for one and got for Kellogg's Frosted Flakes and got a call back. And at the callback, we find out who the director was. He had done Waiting for Guffman at that point. So I knew who he was. And also I was a big fan of Spinal Tap. So I got to meet him at the callback and I got the job. And then when we were doing, it was basically improv type of thing. And just like his movies, but in a commercial. And he said to me at lunch, he walked by, we were both carrying our trays. Look, I'm flushing thinking of it. It was so exciting. He said, I do movies. And I was like, no. And he said, maybe we'll get to work together someday. And then within like 3 or 4 months, he was casting Best in Show. I ran into him at a restaurant and he went, I forgot about you, but come to my office. And he gave me a part.
Oh, his movies are just beyond,
delicious.
They're just beyond special. So,
agreed.
And the people always wanted to know this about Curb, and I want to know this about these movies. I'm assuming that there is a script.
Yes, and I don't know about Curb. I didn't do Curb. I don't know exactly how they do it.
Well,
I think
there was a light script
outline.
Yes, and
of what happens
and beats that needed to be hit.
Yes, exactly. That's exactly right. That's exactly right.
Because a lot of times with these shows, and I know this happened on a lot of different shows that actually were scripted. Once they had one in the can, they would let the actors then do their own thing.
Right. Yeah.
Was this like, here are the jokes here are the things we really want to hit, and then let you weave your way through them?
He didn't say anything to us. We had a meeting with him like before we shot, like maybe even 3 or 4 months before we shot, when he was getting it all together. And he'd talk about your character. Usually we went out to lunch and whoever you were acting with, like it was Fred and me.
Yeah.
for Mighty Wind, or no, For Your Consideration, John Michael Higgins and me for Mighty Wind. And although Jennifer and I never had a meeting with him, but anyway, he says, so you're this person, she's this person, you were this in your past, she was this in your past, and you have kind of a relationship like this, and this is what's going to happen to you, your trajectory, and that's it. And then you go away for 3 or 4 months and you're kind of stewing on this, thinking about this, and everybody works differently. And we show up, and sometimes, like, Jennifer and I talked a lot. Michael Higgins and I didn't talk at all because we were too busy learning the music. And Fred Willard and I didn't talk at all either. I had no idea what he was going to do, how he was going to show up. And he just puts you on your mark and says, go. And he shoots real long, real long takes. So if you're not getting the plot, and he doesn't give you any direction. If you're not getting a plot point, like he'll say, be sure to bring up that, the dog show is in 3 weeks and you're nervous about it. Oh, yeah, right. He keeps an eye on the story, but he doesn't tell you anything.
That's so interesting.
Yeah.
But also, did you ever find yourself, because I know when we've done things where you're like, can we please cut already? I got nothing else.
Yeah, I didn't say that, but inside I'm like, oh my God, I'm repeating myself. You think you feel done, you're tapped, and all you hear the camera going.
And you're just standing there, sweating.
Stop. Yeah. Yeah.
It was, God, all those movies are so special. And I made my son watch them very young.
How old is he now?
He's 24.
Oh my God.
Yeah. But I had him watching those movies.
How young?
God, I think he watched Spinal Tap. Well, no, I think he watched Best in Show very early with my mother.
Aw.
Because it's silly.
Yeah. It's silly.
Fun.
The 2 left feet.
2 left
Jeannie
feet.
and Catherine.
Yeah, 2 left feet, and we both like soup.
What he said, we could talk or not talk all day.
We both like soup. I mean, to this day, my son and I are like, we both like soup. I didn't realize how many Emmys you have actually won, let alone the number of nominations you received. Which was your first?
Glee. Sue Sylvester. Yeah.
Which was the most
2011.
meaningful?
Probably Glee.
The first one?
Yeah. That was, just that show, that part that I loved so much.
Such
the
a good
whole
part.
experience, and how it was just such a big hit. And then to get that, it was like one thing after another. I was almost like numb.
Yeah.
But it was very exciting.
Okay, this is a completely random question. Which one do you think you didn't deserve?
Good question. Let me think. I'm looking over here at them. Let's see. Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, I feel like I just. Yeah. I did a short, and my friend Paul is going to be so mad at me for this. It was his short. I did a web short, and I don't know that I didn't deserve it, but I think I got it because I was one of the only celebrities in these shorts.
Yeah.
And so the people who were nominated were like 3 celebrities. So it was great because the movie, a lot of people watched the short, and it was very funny. I felt good about my work, but I think it was one of those things that it was a kind of a celebrity gimme.
Yeah, I won because I'm me.
Yeah. And the voters know, that, and the voters aren't going to watch everyone. They're not going to watch every Webby thing. They go, oh, is a celebrity in there? I'll watch this one. She's good. I'll vote for her.
Exactly.
Yeah.
At the last season of Only Murders in the Building, we lost you.
Yes.
I can't even begin to imagine how wonderful it was to go to work every day.
Yeah.
With that group of people. I mean,
great.
Everybody can learn something from someone, or I believe that, throughout their entire life. So who did you learn the most from?
Steve.
Really?
Steve Martin. He's the kindest, most generous, chill person I've ever been around. And he's so inclusive. You walk on set and it's like you're walking into his home. And he lives in town now. And my wife and I go to his place for dinner, and his wife Anne is wonderful. And he always has like another couple that he thinks, he really curates these dinner parties, and it's always fun. And so not so much about, this, he taught me this about acting. It's mostly about, the way he shows up. And then when we're shooting, he's so generous because I always try to, because I play a stunt double, I kind of mimic everything he does. During rehearsal, I'll watch what he does and I'll try to mimic it. And we'll have a little back and forth about that. And he's like, you okay if I do this? And I, what you want to do is fine with
I'll
me.
just follow you.
I'm following you.
So people don't know that you actually sing, and not just sing, you are in a, I guess I would call it a jazz trio or
Yeah, I guess so.
quartet.
Yeah, well, the band is a quintet, and then
Right.
there's 3 of us singing. So Kate
Right.
Flannery, who's my
Right.
very good friend, and she
Who
was
is I've had on the show, who is a joy.
isn't she? She's a
A
delight.
joy.
Just a delight. One of my most favorite people in the world. And she has an amazing singing voice, and we both harmonize very well together. Our voices sound good. And then there's Tim Davis, who was the vocal arranger on Glee, and he arranged all the harmonies, and he sings with us as well. So we do very tight 3-part harmonies, and we have this amazing jazz band behind us. And we recorded a Christmas album in 2016 called The Swingin' Little Christmas. And we had been touring, doing other cabaret shows together. But we decided, let's do this album. We got all these public domain songs, which mean you don't
Which
have to
people
pay
don't
for 'em.
understand what that means, which is
You don't have to
songs
pay
you
for
don't
'em.
have to pay to use.
Yeah, exactly. They're old. They were never copyrighted. So you get to use them for free. And there's a ton of them.
They're more, but of course the ones you want are all copywritten,
Well,
which
we're
is the way
not
it works.
really. We did Good King Wenceslas. What else did we? Jingle Bells, but we do jazzy versions of
Right.
them. We Three Kings. We did a
None of those are all.
Those are all free of charge. We did
That's
a very
great.
jazzy Dave Brubeck, We Three Kings. We did what is that? Oh gosh, it goes together. First Noel, with the Pachelbel canon, because they're kind of the same chord progressions. It was our musical director figured that out and made this gorgeous composition. So yeah, it's a beautiful jazzy big band album. So it'll remind you of the Christmas stuff, we grew up with, the stuff that they play over and over every season, like the Rosemary Clooney, Bing Crosby, Perry Como, that kind of stuff.
So I listened to a little bit of it on YouTube.
Uh-huh.
And then I'm like, Christmas show? You tour every Christmas.
We do. We've been doing it for 10 years now. We took it on the road every year.
I already looked up the LA dates, just saying.
Oh yeah, we've got 3. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we've got Palm Springs, Cerritos, and the Auto Square. I don't know if we're in the Auto Square, but that's what I always think.
But you are
and
doing LA.
Santa Monica. Yeah,
yes.
We'll be in Santa Monica at the Broad.
Yep. I read all that yesterday.
Yeah. Good. Yeah, go to Jane Lynch Official and
Yes.
you'll see our dates. We leave the day after Thanksgiving. We do this every year, and we come home about the 18th, 17th or 18th.
Celebrity Weakest Link, Mondays at 9 p.m. on Fox. Tours, Swingin' Little Christmas, JaneLynchOfficial.com. Jane, thank you so much.
It was a joy. Just a joy. It's great to see you.